Okay, this is lesson 6 under rivers, and we are going to look at features formed in the middle or mature stage of a river. They include river valleys. These are curved river valleys. As the river prepares to join its lower stage, it begins to curve within its valleys, and they are formed due to advancement of the stages of fluvial cycle of erosion. We have gorges and canyons. These are very deep and narrow valleys with steep sides. They are formed because of too much deep or vertical erosion of the river. The river erodes its bed vertically and forces the river to begin flowing at a deeper level. For example, if you start when you stand on the river bank, it's very hard to look at this river flowing because it is deep, hidden within steep river banks. If you look at this diagram, this river is flowing within deep valleys or within very deep valley. The river is here in the middle, and these banks of the river are very tall, and the river is at a lower level at the bottom, to the extent that when you stand on these banks, it is not easy to look at this river because it is deep, because the bed of the river was affected by much vertical erosion. We have alluvial fans. Alluvial fans. These features look like fans. You all know the shape of a fan. These are fan-shaped deposits of a river. They are formed when a river flowing towards its mouth or towards its lower stage, because we are in mature stage, loses its velocity, its energy, and it immediately deposits its load composed of big boulders or particles before it reaches its lower stage. The deposits are laid in a form. They are arranged in form of a fan, and hence the name alluvial fans. The river loses its velocity or its power to continue transporting the eroded materials. It deposits them before its mouth, and they arrange in a form of a fan. I hope if you check on this diagram, this river was flowing. You see it in its channel like this, and as it entered a lowland here, this river deposited its materials here. All these are materials. These are deposited materials creating a shape like that of a fan, and that's the name alluvial fans. River benches. These are tape-like flat surfaces on either side of the lowest valley. They are like steps. They are formed due to differential erosion of alternate bands of hard and soft rock. Differential erosion. Erosion taking place at different levels, rates. The soft rock is eroded away faster, and the hard rock remains resistant, forming features like benches. Then we have river terraces. These ones also look like terraces. They are narrow flat surfaces on either side of the valley floor of the river. They look like terraces. They remain at both sides of the river, heaped like terraces or arranged like terraces. If you check on this diagram, this river is flowing in its flat plain. This flat area neighboring the river is a flood plain. This one here and this one. So when you look at this bank of the river or after the floodplain, there are heaps of deposits that remain standing there, just like new terraces or benches. So these heaps of depositional materials that remain standing neighboring the floodplain or the river in case the floodplain is not there, they are called river terraces.